want to come out here?
Lying is so useful, like insanely useful. Harvard study says that 100% of people lie at least 3 times a week, but I just made that up. But didn't it make you feel like I knew what I was talking about? Like it made what I said have a little bit more impact. And whether you feel good about it, whether you feel bad about it, saying things that are not true or that you don't know confidently.
A personal anecdote.
Can we just also say we don't actually need gravity?
It's definitely a skill. Some people have it, some people don't. What I can say is some of our artists are using this superpower for their own nefarious deeds. Whether it's manipulating fan bases, trying to change narratives, or trying to change personas. What does that mean for them? What does that mean for you? And how does it affect Bron's legacy? Let's talk about it. A little bit ago, I talked about faking it till you make it. And yeah, that's a form of lying. But that's before you get on. What can you gain? What does it look like if you keep lying after you've already made it? You can consider this an unofficial part 2. I talk a little bit about how the award shows, the media runs, a lot of our marketing tactics are pretty deceptive in terms of trying to convince an audience of something that isn't really fact. But it's not overt cap. You know what is overt cap? Announcing an album and then never dropping it. If you want me to be honest, I kinda lied a little bit again. The video is about lying, but it's more so about very specific lies. The albums on the way lie that we get from Yeezy, Uzi, and Playboi Carti, and how these specific kinds of lies have been utilized in order to turn people from regular fans to people who will buy any merchandise and wait patiently for an artist to drop who does not care about them. Sorry I lied to you, Martin.
Sorry I lied to you, Martin.
I just didn't want you to close out the video. But they use fake leaks, cryptic messaging, elaborate stunts, fake drop dates, a whole list of things. And it's this unique brand of chaos that inspires a cult-like loyalty within the fans. It's not just marketing, it's a whole different kind of world building. It's an emotional roller coaster for the people that are involved. And even without getting any music, they are entertained the whole time. Ups and downs thinking something is coming, nothing's coming. But the pre-order is coming, the merch is coming, so they're sitting there while it's open. Why does it work? Y'all are dumb. It's okay, me too, I'm dumb too, I'm sorry. But let's get into the specifics. So where did this start? Who was the first person to lie to their fan base and be like, this is gonna drop, and it doesn't drop? I can't remember. But whoever they are, they set the basis for the nonsense that we go through as music listeners in 2025 and on. We're living in an era where you cannot trust your artists at all. Like right now, it is Friday, March 14th at 3 a.m. I usually don't date my videos this much, but I really want to let y'all know how much lying, how much cap can really benefit your life. I'm up right now waiting to listen to the Carti album as a grown man, as if I don't have work tomorrow. But guess what? The anticipation built from the amount of lying he's been doing over the past 5 years. It's gonna get him great first week numbers. It's got streamers, content creators, everybody lining up to do a reaction, to say their piece on it, and me making this video. The amount of people that are gonna be talking about this, insane. If he drops, perfect. Great use of anticipation, even more anticipation, making us wait on drop day. If he doesn't, a super viral moment. Definitely gonna be a little bit of bad PR, but nothing he can't handle. Even more lore being built for the tape. Update, he ended up dropping a couple hours later. But still, I already started recording the video, it's coming out. He did this for 5 years. You're gonna get this video. But in recent memory, now that I think about it, in my lifetime, who may have done this first, it may be Rihanna, if I'm thinking correctly. The anticipation for her next album so high, she made her supporters buy her makeup and her clothes and her shoes, and eventually ran up $1 billion and then just never dropped. She didn't do it in the same way that Carti and them do it, and actively teasing new music and, you know, edging the fans. But she definitely fed into the anticipation for the new music and never made it known that it was never gonna drop. And now she's already got that billion. It doesn't have to drop. And if it does, she doesn't have to cater to the fans at all. She can drop whatever she wants. Why does this work? Why do we even like the anticipation? It's because we're hardwired. The dopamine's a lot stronger when you slow release it, when it feels like you have to work hard for it. It makes the payoff all the more sweet. They're actually rewiring your brain chemistry. You start to associate this artist with that same excitement you get from awaiting the drop. And then it snowballs. More and more people see, oh, a lot of people are waiting for this. Maybe it's something good. I should wait too. And the larger the fan base, the longer they can wait. So honestly, it's in best interest to wait as long as possible to hit the right sweet spot of anticipation and community size. Let's say Kanye, for example. Every album since Life of Pablo has had this type of maneuver deployed. A bunch of random drop dates, teasers, delays, pop-up performances of songs that never drop, leaks, stadium performances, etc., etc. All to build anticipation for whatever album he's dropping at the time. Whether it was Yandi, which never dropped, Jesus is King, delayed mad times, Donda, delayed mad times, Donda 2, which only came out on the stem player, more merchandise drops, smart man. Vultures delayed, Vultures 2 announced but delayed again. I think he's now pushing Bully, which is not gonna drop for a while. It's the new method. Announce, cap about a rough date, leak or release a song or two that you know the people are gonna love, and then never release it. They're gonna be begging for years. Don't even get me started on the Pink tape. He's seen it work so well with Eternal Take, he ran it right back. Now, not to say that all of this is intentional, there aren't regular delays, but come on. It's only very specific artists that these tapes get held for what, a year and a half, 2 years? Some of this has gotta be intentional. Vert once claimed to have the best fans in the world. I think it's a toss-up between him and probably Carti. I used to throw Kanye in there, but he's done enough to really beat his fans to death. Like, there's not that many times I can say he made Graduation anymore, bro. It's getting to that point. But the fans are really the main driver in these situations.
Yo, Uzi, can you pay for my college tuition?
How much is your college tuition?
90 grand, I go to Temple, bro.
90 grand? I could pay for that.
I know you can.
But this is the thing, though. If I pay for your college tuition, are you going to finish college?
Of course.
None of these lies, none of these delays, none of this world building works if the fans don't buy in. And there's a group of fans that have bought in for a lifetime. Let's talk about Playboi Carti. The king of sassy mystery, gives Lil Uzi a run for his money. He disappears for years, drops some cryptic tweets, leaks some tracks that may or may not make the final cut, and then gets more and more famous every single year without actually dropping any music. At the start of the recording of this video, he had not dropped any music for 5 years at that point, but it's gotten more famous every year, year over year. If there's one person that lies to their fans the best, it's gotta be Carti. Honestly, he probably saw the way that it worked for a whole lot of red. The length of the wait, fans were theorizing every single clue about the drop, every piece of art, every leak, that by the time the album dropped, there was lore. There was a mythology around who Playboi Carti is. This is the next level of world building. I'm sure they probably instilled some of that world building themselves, and the way that you can make your fans do your marketing for you, it's a skill, I can't lie. And gimmicks like this on Whole Lotta Red and on this new tape create an illusion of exclusivity. If you're not a part of the wait, if you're not really down for Carti, you're not Vamp, you're not YVL, you're not Double O, you lame.
Shut your lame ass up, nigga.
If you compare this style to an artist that's just dropping music with not too much fanfare, the regular kind of rollout, it's a lot more effort involved in getting people to attach to the story, in creating a story that people would want to latch onto. The delay itself is the story, along with the way he dresses, the way he acts, and the way he moves. Gives merit to the word aura. There's an energy behind the artist and an energy behind the music. It attracts people to it and makes people want to talk about it. So this brings me back to a point I had made in an earlier video. Giving people content to talk about. In this day and age, if you don't want to be a social media heavy artist, social media has got to work for you. And this is the content he's decided to create. A system where the fans themselves are the content. Everything officially sponsored by you in one way, shape, or form through leaks, targeted campaigns, photo shoots, strategic appearances, but no actual drops, no actual conversation from you. When done right, it works so well, don't it? More straightforward artists have dedicated fan bases. They don't have as much controversy, but their fans are not as obsessive. And as bad as the connotation on the word obsessive is, as the artist, you want your fans to be obsessed. Me, I want y'all to chill the fuck out. But that obsession leads to purchase intention, which is something that the industry loves so much. If they can't get the music when they want it, they'll buy your slides, they'll buy your sweats, they'll buy your keychain, they'll buy your stem player. I bought a fucking stem player at one point. Like, whatever you want to sell, we'll purchase. Please just drop the tape. Is this an ethical way to go about it? I don't know. Some might argue that stringing, people along with fake leaks and gimmicks is manipulative, but marketing in itself is all manipulation. So I don't really like to play those, name calling games. If you don't deliver it, you're gonna lose their trust.
All you gotta do is drop the album. Drop it today. Drop it today.
People waited so long for Frank Ocean, and when he dropped, it was a video of him building some stairs or something. If he didn't drop Blonde, the world was probably gonna riot that night. But he did, the same night or the next day or something. I don't really remember. I think I was half asleep. But no matter what, the music came. There was some criticism, but he made it through. Some people try to employ it and it doesn't work well, i.e. A$AP Rocky. You let me know in the comments if it's working well for him and why you think it is or it's not. I know what I think, but come on. I gotta say that for the next time. All in all, for artists that it does work for and who eventually actually release the music, the payoff often outweighs the risk. Fans get frustrated in the moment, but the moment the music drops and it hits, everything's forgiven. But if you don't deliver, yeah, buddy, it's pitchforks outside. So what's the takeaway here? If you're an artist or marketer, it's a lesson in how anticipation and mystery can elevate your brand. But it's not just about lying. It's about weaving those lies into a story that your consumers can eat up for the next, 5 to 10 years, while you work on making a product that can live up to that cultural moment that you're trying to build. At the end of the day, we lie, we get lied to. If it all works out in the end, is it all worth it? Honestly, I think so. Strange. But that's not what I think. What do you think?